Out where the desert sun hits the red rock ground, there's a straight shooting cowboy all around. Boots in the dirt, hat tipped below. If it's land or livestock, he's the guy you know. He's talking real estate by day and talking horses come Saturday. From ranch gates wide to arena lights, he's living that western way of life. It's Brit Ellerman. Remember the name, Wickenburg deals done.
Hello, everyone. This is Richard with the Wickenburg Roundup, and it's my pleasure today to introduce Brit Ellerman.
Thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
Yeah, it's a pleasure to have you here. Well, how I got introduced to you was through Arizona Legends Realty with Jamie Walma. She said, "Hey, this is Brit's a great person," and I said, "Well, yeah, he wants to come on the show." And I said, "Well, we'd love to have him." And she told me a little story, and I'm going to just say I made the same mistake. Saw your name, Brit Ellerman. I says, "Well, have her come down." And she says, "Richard, you know what? It's a guy." And I says, "Oh, well, I'm so glad you corrected me." And she also told me she made the same mistake. So, yeah, you're definitely you're a guy. So tell me how you and Jamie, and sorry, Jamie, if you get upset that I said that, but tell me how you got involved with actually real estate and with Jamie.
So I grew up in a real estate family. Everybody in my family they either rodeo or do real estate. So I've always been around it, but I've had my license in Colorado and Wyoming for several years, but we've been coming down here for about 20 years since I can remember as a little kid. We'd come down here some in the winter and rope. And so when I got a little older, I started spending all winter here. And while I was here, I thought, well, I better get my real estate license. And it's a great business to be in. And so after I got it, I used to stay in Cave Creek a lot, and I had interviewed with a few other firms over there, but was kind of drawn to Wickenburg and drawn to Arizona Legends because Jamie also ropes. There's a lot of team ropers there, a lot of like-minded people, and I started spending a lot more time over here. So when I spent, the whole winter over here, I thought, well, that's the spot for me.
Yeah, I'll tell you, when I had first met Jamie, very impressed with how she manages and how she does things, because I knew firsthand in dealing with her. But then as she became the broker, kind of her philosophy, and she explained what she does, and it's exactly how she conducts herself. So it's really good that she helps other people that have not been in the business that are there, to learn and mentor for them. But not only do you do real estate, we're going to go over a couple other things. And you got involved with Texas Saddlery, and not only that is you've got a bit company, and it's got a very cool history. So first, tell us about how you got involved with Texas Saddlery.
When I was in college, I was getting kind of towards the end of college, and I was trying to figure out, well, what do I want to do?
Where did you go to
I
school?
went to the University of Wyoming, and I rodeoed there.
I imagine that.
Yeah. So the Cowboys, go Pokes.
Yeah, that's right.
So our claim to fame is we have Josh Allen, so I have to be a Bills fan too. But,
yeah, I get it.
Yeah. But I was going to school and rodeoing and wasn't really sure exactly what I wanted to do. When my dad was rodeoing, he was an Equibrand endorsee, and so I had a pretty good relationship with people there, and one of them was Dale Martin, and he had sold Martin Saddlery to Equibrand, and when his non-compete was up, he didn't, was kind of trying to do some other stuff, and so we were actually here in Arizona. And I started visiting with him, and he said, well, what are you going to do? And I said, I don't really know. And so he said, well, he got this deal. It's called Texas Saddlery. And so I got involved with him that way and partnered with him. And that was about 12 or 13 years ago. And so it just kind of grew from there. We started off with just belts, briefcases, that sort of thing. We sell to places like Cavender's, NRS, to retail stores. But we both rope. And so we thought, well, we better build some saddles too. So he's helped me and actually my dad a lot too. We build a lot of custom product, but a lot of wholesale product for retail stores. And so it just kind of continued to grow from there. And we've got to work with some really neat people and some really neat stores and some things like Yellowstone and Miranda Lambert and things like that. But this last year, we decided that we would put in a retail store here in Arizona at Rancho Rio. So we have that going too. And
very cool.
And
yeah. And then tell me the story that you kind of let me know about on the bit company.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So my grandpa was a bit maker and a horse trainer, and that's kind of where my dad learned. And my grandpa learned to train horses and make bits in California a long time ago with the vaqueros. And so he would make a lot of his own bits and bits for my dad for horses that they thought, well, we need this horse to do this. Let's try this. And so, we kind of had some unique styles, and he didn't really have traditional tools. Now a lot of people can cut stuff out with like a water jet but that didn't exist back then. So he would go and find, different metals and cut his own shanks out and do everything. It's kind of funny, actually. A lot of his engraving and his stones are interesting because he would go to pawn shops or to estate sales and buy the jewelry, and then take the stones out and put them in his bits and things like that. So we always joke that there's probably some bits out there that have like real rubies in them, but we would never know, and he probably didn't either.
Yeah.
So, and he did everything kind of a real old school way. He never had an engraver, so he would tap kind of chisel designs in and things like that. But a lot of guys rode him for a long time, and when he passed away, they'd come up on auctions, but they'd cost quite a bit of money, and we'd have them get stolen, and so we kind of quit riding them for that reason. And so we worked really hard at it for a few years, trying to find some people which my dad can make bits, but we wanted to copy them as exact as we could. So with modern technology, that became easier, and so we made copies of them, and we started, selling them, and it's called C/Bits. His original company was called C&E Bits, but we changed the name a little bit to his brand, which is a C/, because when we first started making them, I'd have some friends that would send me pictures and say, look what I just found, because they look so close to the original. And I said, that's a copy, so I hope you didn't give that much for it. but yeah, so that's kind of how that started, and now we're riding them and using them. And
that is so cool that you can, gets handed down, and then you can continue because bit makers, spur makers, saddle makers, I mean, there's just fewer and fewer of them all the time. And to have some of that vaquero tradition still being built is very cool. Very cool. Oh, and okay, as I said before, you're a little busy, but you sell horses too, so you have time to ride and sell and market horses. Tell me, we've done something on selling horses, and I've sold a couple, but more than a couple. But tell me about it's Ellermont Equine.
Yes. So my dad, kind of the same thing. I mean, we're very tight knit family, and so we all rope and we've all rodeoed, and my dad's shown horses for a long time. He's a AQHA world champion. He's made the finals. So I've just always kind of grown up around that world, around rodeoing and horse showing. And my wife is kind of the same way. I mean, we ranch in Wyoming. They had race horses. She runs barrels and ropes. And so, good horses are hard to come by. And so
yes, they are.
When the market got so tough, we kind of went back to breeding some and riding some. We used to ride a lot of outside horses. We're pretty particular about that anymore because we do have a lot of them. But yeah, it's just one of those things that we all love to rope, and you got to have good horses. So we just kind of all went back to making them. My sister and her husband, they make a lot of calf horses and head horses. My dad and mom and I and my wife, make a lot of rope horses as well. And we sell them from time to time. We always try to have something good around that we can all ride and win on. But every now and then we'll sell one. We've got one in Ty's sale. So
very cool. So is it true that families that rope together stay together?
It is in my family. Yeah,
that is
that's
cool.
one thing that it's that's the best part about roping for me is it's not only it's brought me into a lot of businesses and brought a lot of connections, but it's something that really, we rope together every day, and we can compete together, and it's really in a lot of ways held my family, kind of together and kept us doing things together. It's pretty cool.
That's a lot of fun. But let's talk about now on your real estate. the type properties that you're offering. That's I'm going to say that's probably common, and then also about the clients that you have that you're looking for property for.
So primarily, just the nature of all the businesses that we're all in. We specialize primarily in farms, ranches, and like luxury horse properties. We'll sell a lot of different things, but that's kind of our main focus. So a lot of really neat horse properties, and we have a lot of really cool listings right now. Probably my favorite is in Vista Royale, which is a great community in Wickenburg. And it's right off a cul-de-sac. It borders state land. It has excellent roping facilities or horse facilities, a great arena, great pens, nice house, mother-in-law suite, casita. You could bring your friends over. There's 2 hookups there. I mean, it is a very neat little place, and it's kind of secluded back in there. That's probably my favorite that we have right now. And then a lot of the clients that we visit with are kind of the same thing. Being from Colorado and Wyoming and being around up there, a lot of people want to come here in the wintertime and enjoy the weather and the town and the people and the roping. And so we see a lot of people from up there wanting to move down here. And those are a lot of the type of people that we work with and deal with. We do a lot of business at the Jackpot because, that's kind of where our clientele hang out. But we absolutely love it here, and so do they.
Yeah, it's nice that we have sunshine.
Yes.
And it's actually warm enough that we can be outside and not be bundled up or get too muddy. And but to me, I feel very fortunate to be here in the wintertime.
Yeah, I do too, definitely.
We're going to come back with Brit here with a couple more episodes, and I want to thank you for coming down today.
Absolutely. Yeah.
But we've got some pretty cool stuff coming up with Brit, and then if you guys have questions between now and when we film the next ones, give us a like, comment. We'll go over things, and if there's other episodes that you'd like us to do, we'd love to hear from you, because we're all about Wickenburg all the time. We like to keep things uplifting. We want to stay positive and believe in yourself. And we're at the Wickenburg podcast headquarters at the world famous La Siesta Plaza with Brit Ellerman. And until next time, we'll see you soon.
The Wickenburg Roundup, where we're uplifting others, staying positive, and believing in yourself. And all for the love of Wickenburg. From the Wickenburg podcast headquarters at the world-famous La Siesta Plaza.
Remember the name, Wickenburg, deals done honest and straight. From front porch views to a good rope horse will set you up right, no shortcuts, no force. Texas saddles, tack that last. Waddy rope horse is built to go fast. If it's buying, selling, riding strong, Brit Ellerman's got you all day long. He sells the land where the saguaro stand, knows every fence and every brand. When it comes to horses, gear, and tech, he only deals in the best of the best. Saddles broken, leather just right, ropes that fly true under arena lights. When the gate swings open and the crowd's in Rio, you'll see his horses steal the show. With Brit Ellerman, yeah, he's the real deal. Arizona roots with a cowboy feel. From desert homes to a winning run, he knows good horses and he knows what's done. Texas saddles tacked with pride, selling rope horses built to ride. If you want to win or settle down, Brit Ellerman's the best in town. Some folks just sell what they can, but some folks sell a way of life, man. From the first handshake to the final bell, he's just riding true, and he rides it well. Yeah, it's Brit Ellerman, yeah, hear the crowd cheer. Horse sale days, best stock here. Wickenburg strong from dusk to dusk. Trust earned hard, yeah, trust a must. From gets it done.